Okay, listen, pay attention, Akebula, and pay attention, my people. For the past 3 days, we have been discussing about South Africa. And someone will say, thank Raya. Why are we discussing about South Africa repeatedly? Pay attention. A man whose house is on fire does not chase after rats. South Africa is one of us. And we must speak about her. Because a man whose house is on fire does not chase after rats. In as much as they are messing up, they are still one of us. And you can say, thank Raya. It is time to take action against them. Let us speak and shut down their embassies all across our continent. But no, we will not condescend so low like them. Because when we look at South Africa, we are not just seeing them. We are seeing the efforts of our heroes past. When we look at them, we are seeing Kwame Nkrumah. We are seeing Augustino Neto. We are seeing Nyerere. We are seeing the efforts of the Nigerian government, the efforts of the entire continent on them. So we will not destroy what our fathers built. But I have something to tell you. For those of you who say that we are just making noise, no, we are not. Our ancestors made us to understood that the mother hen said, I am not screaming so that the hawk will stop carrying my chicks. No, I am screaming so that the world will hear my voice for the sake of posterity. Because one day, reference will be made that a young man in the forest of the ancestors spoke repeatedly concerning this evil meted against fellow Africans by Africans in the place called southern part of Africa. Posterity will remember. But you see, when I look into South Africa today, one thing keeps coming to my mind. Thank God that this set of Africans were not born in the 1950s, in the 1960s, and in the 1970s. Because with this kind of mindset of division, with this kind of mindset that engineers xenophobia, Africa will still be under colonial rule. Because this kind of mindset cannot fight for freedom. No, it can't fight for freedom. Because freedom requires sacrifice, consciousness. Freedom requires the ability to see beyond one's border. Freedom requires accommodation and tolerance. With this, Ubuntu can never stand. It can't. So I thank God that it was people like Kwame Nkrumah, people like Julius Nyerere, people like Dr. Namudi Azokiwe, people who cared about our continent, Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, and the rest of them, Dr. Kennedy David Kaunda, people like Augustino Neto, Hamas Sekotule, who cared about us and so many other African leaders that were born and gave us independence. In as much as who may complain that we gain political independence and not economic independence, yet they gave us something. What have we given ourselves? What tools did they have? How were they communicating? It was through the print media, the electronic media, letter writing, words of mouth. Some African leaders traveled days just to have and attend African unity meetings. Kwame Nkrumah were traveling from Casablanca to Addis Ababa, fighting for African unity. But today, what do we have? We have one of the best tools that has ever happened to 21st century. Social media. We have a platform that can unite the continent in seconds. But what do we use it to do? Spread hate. Normalize xenophobia. And I saw a young man on a podcast discrediting Nelson Mandela, discrediting those who fought for you. Just listen to him. Listen to him.
Foreigners must know that Mandela never owned all of us.
Exactly.
He owned his family.
He sold us.
Whatever he said to the foreigners, he was talking on behalf of his family, not us. Thina nje sihlangana no Mandela. uMandela kayikho into akasenzela yona ngaphandle kokudansa nezingane zabelungu. By the way, guys, nibokwazi ukuthi thina abelungu sibathanda. Niyezwa yini? Sicela ukunitshela thina singamaZulu. Abelungu thina sibathanda.
So if someone like this can talk down on the effort of Madiba, tell me, why would they not talk down about other Africans from other parts of Akebuland? And when people say that South Africans has forgotten what our fathers did for them during apartheid, I say no. They intentionally chose amnesia over memory. That is an intentional act. Because 1994 is just yesterday in historical terms. We talk about apartheid as if it was 500 years ago. No, apartheid is a recent history. A child born in 1994 is a young adult. Look at the demographic of the people protesting and saying that Africans should leave their place. There is no septuagenarian or octogenarian in that crowd. These are young people. They just chose to be ignorant. They knew the sacrifice we made, but they are blinded by hate and jealousy. But tomorrow we'll speak. Because the world is watching. But I've taken it that I'm going to provide books to any young African who want to read about apartheid. I will give you Long Walk to Freedom and other books on apartheid, so you will see what our African leaders contributed to liberate South Africa, so that you will not think that modern day Tankwa is just saying these things. I will give you books for free. So what you do, send me a WhatsApp message. I will give you books free of charge so you can read about apartheid, because I think some of you have forgotten. But don't think that we are just talking because we want to talk. No. The mother hen said, I am not crying so that the hawk will stop carrying my cheeks, but so the world will hear my voice. Because it is through posterity that the river makes a way. Through posterity, that is how the river makes a way. Posterity will speak for the continent that in a time like this, you engineered hate. And I've told you, all the insults that you come to my DM to give, they are just energy to the tank crier. You cannot threaten the voice of the ancestors. Akebulan, wisdom is the principal thing. Aha.